Lesson 5. It's all about rewiring our brain for safety. So that moment when you decide to stop feeling afraid of the pain, I want you to know that's available to you too. You're going to feel that surge of empowerment and hope. Um, and if you felt it already, that was real and beautiful, and absolutely you're on the right track. And even if that lasted 20 minutes or five before the feel crept back in, that's completely normal. So hear what's happening in your brain and why that fear is coming back. Just like you developed the pathways for pain, you are also developed pathways for fear. Every time you worried about your pain, every time you've catastrophized about the future, every time you felt that sinking feeling, oh, here we go again, your brain was straightening the fear pathway. So I want you to think about it like this. If you walk the same route through a field every day, eventually you'll wear down the path. The more you walk, the clearer and easier the path becomes. Your brain has a well-worn fear path, and it's going to keep defaulting to that path until you create a new one. And the great news I want to give you here is you can create new pathways. All of us are able to do this. Your brain is always capable of change. That's the amazing power of neuroplasticity. So I want to tell you about Sarah, one of the women I work with. And she's a lot like me, juggling kids, work, household responsibilities, all while dealing with chronic pain that made her feel like she was disappointing everyone. Sarah, what I called, had like the breakthrough moment during one of our sessions. She was able to move without fear for the first time in months. She felt so confident, so sure that she turned a corner. But the next morning, the pain was back. And with that came crushing disappointment and the thought, see, I knew it was too good to be true. I'm never going to get better. Sounds familiar? So here's what I've told Sarah, and what I want you to understand. That breakthrough wasn't a failure. It was a proof that her brain could turn off the pain signals. The fact that the fear brought them back just meant that she needed to practice the new pathway more. So right now, your brain has what I like to call fear highway, a super fast route from pain sensation to worry, catastrophizing, and more pain. It's like having muscle memory for panic. When pain shows up, your brain automatically travels down the highway. Pain, and you go right into, oh no, not again. What if this gets worse? If I cannot handle, and that leads to more pain. So this highway got built over months or years of practice. Your brain became like an expert on at fear because you give it so much practice. So building a new road, we can definitely do it, and that's a really, really good news. But just like that field path, it takes time and repetition to make that new route feel natural and feel like it's a default pathway. So that new pathway will look like, when the pain shows up, you're gonna notice, and your thoughts will be over time. This is just my brain being protective. I am safe. This will pass. You'll have this calm response. And this is something we can definitely practice together. You can learn to do this. It's over time. I don't want to say it's easy. It's not. But it takes practice. And I know definitely you can do it. So many of my clients have done it. I have done it. And what I wanted to tell you about this new path is in the beginning, this practice will feel awkward and forced, right? Your brain will not want to take the fear highway. It will not want to take it down. It will want to default to it because it feels familiar. It feels automatic. But every time you choose the new response, you're strengthening that pathway. So fear Thoughts are incredibly sneaky. They don't always announce themselves as fear. Sometimes they mask as practical concerns, like, I should probably take it easy today. Maybe I shouldn't lift that. I better cancel my plans just in case. Sometimes they sound like logical analysis. Hmm, this pain feels different today. I wonder if something aggravated. Maybe I should see a doctor. And sometimes they sound like innocent monitoring, constantly checking how you're feeling, rating your pain levels throughout the day, analyzing every sensations. All these thoughts seem reasonable, but they all send the same message to your brain. We need to be worried about this pain. So the exercise for today is I want you to start catching these fear thoughts. I want you to become a fear detective. We're not going to judge them or fight them, but simply we're going to notice them. Think of yourself as a gentle detective, gathering information about your own thoughts patterns. So, common fear thoughts to watch for are what if the pain never goes away? I can't do this anymore. My body is falling apart. I'm letting everyone down. What if I cannot take care of my kids any longer? Maybe something is seriously wrong. And then physical fear responses to notice could be tensing up when the pain starts, holding your breath. This was very common for me. Moving extra carefully, bracing yourself before certain movements, and checking and rechecking how you feel. So for now, your only job is to notice when you're traveling down the fear highway. You don't need to stop the thoughts, fight them, or change them. Just notice. And just want to give you some examples how this may look like is when the pain flares, you're going to catch yourself thinking, oh, great, now my whole day is ruined. You're going to start thinking, there's a fear thought. You're going to start noticing there's a fear thought. When you start finding yourself moving extra carefully, you notice I'm protecting myself out of fear. When you check your pain level for the 15th time that day, you're going to observe I'm monitoring again. So every time you catch a fear thought, you're actually doing something incredible. You're stepping outside of that automatic pattern. You're becoming an observer instead of becoming completely caught up in fear. You're watching, just think about it, you're watching the cars on the freeway instead of being one of the cars, instead of being on that fear highway. So this awareness is the first step in creating the new pathway. You can change what you are not aware of. And I want you to remember that you didn't develop these fear patterns overnight, and you won't change them overnight either. Some days you'll catch lots of fear thoughts. Other days you'll realize hours later that you were stuck in a fear mode all day. Both are completely normal. This is really a practice. So look at all these scenarios, like both, whether you've picked up the fear sooner or later, as a practice. So just to recap, become gentle observer of your thoughts. Maybe set up few reminders if you want to. Notice when you're in that fear mode without trying to fix it. Pay attention to your body. Are you tense? Are you holding your breath? Are you moving carefully? Catch yourself catastrophizing about the future or analyzing your pain. And simply acknowledge, I notice I'm having fear throughout the day, or I'm pure fear right now. So, couple of takeaways, couple of points I want you to remember. Fear pathways get stronger with practice, just like any other habits. Your brain can create the new pathways. Change is always possible, even if it takes time. Fear thoughts are sneaky. They often don't look like fear at the first glance. Awareness is a first step. We can change patterns we're not aware of, and this is a practice, not a test. Be patient and kind with yourself. I want you to remember that every fear thought you catch is a victory. Every moment of awareness is progress. You're literally rewiring your brain for safety, one observation at a time. That's heroic. That's not just healing. That's like such a big job. So some days the fear thoughts will feel overwhelming, and that is not a sign you're doing anything wrong. It's a sign you are human. Keep practicing gentle awareness and trust that you're creating change even when you don't see it at the moment. Let me know in the comments if you have any follow-up questions. As always, I'll be checking, responding. See you next in the next lesson.